So Microsoft has released the Windows 10 anniversary upgrade, but you might want to hold off before you click to install it.
Well, joining us is Stan Prager from GoGeeks in East Long Meadow. Tell us more about it. Stan, thanks as always for joining us today. So what's the scoop with the new upgrade?
So, it just more or less came out a few days ago, the latest update to Windows 10. It's a major upgrade, supposedly. I have not seen, you can't really tell any real difference on the system whether you've had the update unless your system isn't functioning properly. That's one way to tell. So some people, not everyone, but some people, they are experiencing freeze-ups on their computer after doing the Windows 10 update. And it seems to be not affecting everyone. It seems to be certain specific hardware configurations, which I won't go into detail on because it's kind of geeky stuff. But for everybody, more or less, if you haven't done the update yet, I would recommend holding off and not doing it at this point, because whatever bugs are in this, they're going to get these bugs out. But once you have the update in there, then you're trying to fix something that's already a problem. Whereas if you just hold off right now, I'm sure they'll issue a new version of the update that won't have this problem.
So they're aware of the problem.
An update on the update.
Yeah, an update of the update, right. So it seems to be affecting people more frequently who've got two different hard drives in there. One's a solid state drive and one's a separate data drive. But in any event, for people it's happening to, their system is freezing up. And that's, of course, a pretty inconvenient thing when you're working on the computer.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
A little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing if there's, you have a virus or something, but if your computer's just freezing up because you did your recommended update, people are a little frustrated. There's been a couple of suggested fixes out there. For some people, just creating a new ID on your computer has solved the problem. But we're just recommending to people, go to automatic updates in Control Panel and turn automatic updates off, so that you can control it and don't do the update without wanting to.
So if it's on, it will automatically update.
Yes, which is one of the problems.
Which is a pain in the butt. You have not been a big fan of Microsoft 10, have you?
Well, I like Microsoft 10 for most things. I mean, in the past, I've cautioned people against doing the upgrade from Windows 7, for instance, if you are running legacy software. In other words, software that's older and might not function properly. For most people, Windows 10 is fine, but I was actually recommending it to many people until this happened this week, and the anniversary update has kind of caused some problems.
So you've upgraded or had it upgraded automatically. You're experiencing these difficulties. What do you do?
Well, as I said,
call Stan Prager. That's what I do.
You could always call us at GoGeeks, and yes, we can attempt to resolve it for you. But as I said, one of the fixes that's been out there that people have tried is creating a new ID. Right. So if it comes up and it says Beth, create another ID called Beth2 and go in there, and if you don't have any problems, you can migrate your stuff over to that at some point. I would also recommend going to the Microsoft website and to see what their latest recommend fixes are, because they are working on it. They're very upset that this happened. They didn't anticipate this to occur. And I think one of the problems is they don't know why it's happening. So that's always a little bit scary when Microsoft doesn't have the answer. So
when they do have the answer and we're good to go, what do you like about it?
What do I like about 10?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it would depend what you came from. So if you had Windows 8, you definitely want Windows 10 because 8 was really buggy and slow and what have you. So if you had Windows 7, it's not a major difference. There are some really kind of neat, cool features in it. They've got a thing called Cortana in there, which is it's kind of like Siri on your phone, where you can ask it or type in, and it'll find information for you. So if you're doing a search, it'll look on your computer as well as look on the web for related things. There's some great visual stuff. There's some nice, cool new wallpaper. That in itself isn't necessarily a reason to upgrade, but until recently, the upgrade was free. So, I would recommend to people, if they didn't have anything that might prevent their computer from functioning properly, such as legacy software, old version of QuickBooks, industry-specific software that you're running, to go ahead and do it. Now, in order to do it, if you haven't done it, you have to pay for the software. So it's perhaps less attractive.
It sure is. All right, thank you. Stan, we appreciate the info.